Hello, YouTube. Hello, McCow. This is me, Big John Wynn and Baron Yam. And this title of this live stream is Let's Play. I didn't do the countdown because we're all on the time hack here. We're on the time hack here. So, apparently my name was mentioned. Oh, how sweet, how precious. I feel touched. I feel touched from the bottom of my heart. Well, let's dance. Let's play. So, Mega Man fans decided to call me boy. Well, Mega Pup decided that it was a good idea to call me boy, right? Well, Mega Pup, I'm going to take your 80 years of experience to my 100 years of experience, or actually 133 years of experience, taught by my grandfather, my grandmother, my mother, and my father on how to have a deaf to you part marriage. First step is basically get somebody you're compatible with. Well, so you that the only people that you're compatible with are psych patients. Well, what does that tell you? No, I mean, to be honest with you, the psych patient would probably be more compatible if you're out. So my advice to you would be to go to the psych ward and pick up one of these soon-to-be discharged ladies with the same ailments as you, like bipolar disorder, manic depressive, and narcissistic personality disorder. You have a whole host of failures that you keep doing the same thing, whether it's a group, an organization, or a philosophy. Money AD, to be honest with you, I would be very careful on who you let on your live stream, because what my panel that I'm on is going through, you're going to be going through as well, big fella. You owe the Masonic Lounge Lodge $300. Now, I don't want to be like Dan King. I don't want to be Dan King and Slippery When Wet, but I will be like Dan King and Slippery When Wet. And I don't even know you. So you want to project your thoughts and feelings on somebody else who you don't even know. See, you have this problem. You're up in the Kool-Aid, you don't even know the flavor. So when you go after somebody for doing a certain thing, why not ask why they're doing that?
Right?
You know?
He's so confused.
I mean, the problem is you are literally, it's like playing hungry hippos with you, blindfolded, and with both arms tied behind your back. Yeah, it doesn't really work that way. It's probably as effective as this live stream's going to be for you.
He thinks he brings value to the manosphere. He basically just frauds the manosphere with his bogus content that can't stay on topic. He tried to roast me. He ended up trying to dox Slippery When Wet, one of his trolls, which had nothing to do with my video. Slippery When Wet was never even anywhere near any of my videos. But this guy doesn't stay on topic. This is why you'll never be anything in Manosphere to anybody in the Manosphere, and you'll never provide value to anybody in the Manosphere other than a cheap laugh, and not at your jokes because they're not funny. Like your Starscream impression or whatever you think is whatever you did to make kids laugh when you're dressed up as Darth Vader and your costume bondage, which led to your fake guns, impersonating police officers, family members, and whatever. All that horse shit is just all that stuff is basically just your way of dealing with the fact that you had all this pent up frustration because your whole pipe cleaning career didn't work out, which is ironic because you make gay jokes and stuff, so you suck at cleaning pipes, but apparently you could give what's his name, Freddie Mercury, a run for his money. I don't know. It sounds like you're full of shit to me. But keep my name out of your mouth, and nothing bad else will happen. And keep Dan King's name out of your mouth too, while you're at it, because apparently you can't roast me without mentioning Dan King, who is just honest enough to talk civilized with me. Why would you act this way if you had nothing to hide?
On top of that, why would you even put my name in your mouth? Why would you put my name in your mouth? Because I was on a live stream with Yam? Was because because I don't follow
I bet you he won't
stuff.
mention no sweetheart anymore or Tico in the negative light, but he wants to mention you for some reason. And it's because
And
he's just a
I've been quiet.
confused. He's a confused 40-something, whatever he's old. That he tried to say he's older than me, but you act like a big baby bitch, dude, all the time.
My 5-year-old needs to act more civilized than
I don't
you.
even like lonely underscore. Lonely underscore's on point with this one. You have to
And to be
trust
honest
what
with
lonely underscore has to say.
yeah. And on top of that, to be honest with you, I don't even know about Garage Autonomous. I don't even know his comment. I don't know anything about his content. To be honest with you, I think he might. I mean, I never seen a single video or know who he is, but I think he may be on to something. You know, I don't know who he is. I don't know what he does, but I think he's on to something here. So basically, let's talk about the Masonic Lodge. They're basically saying, I think they got a nickname for you. You know, the bricklayer. I think I figured out the nickname for you, bricklayer, because you make bricks of lies to throw at people. Yeah, I'm gonna call you a brick maker, because you make bricks of lies to throw at people. I'm gonna need you to do me a favor, Wally, Baggerman, or whatever you can call yourself. I'm gonna need you to go to your doctor. I'm gonna need you to ask him for a laxative or some sort of enema to literally clean out your colon, because right now you're being really full of shit. You know, and you've been kicked out the Masonic Lodge. Mind you, they did that in a roundabout way, so they didn't have to vote on it, which is really sad. What's really sad about your character. But they did it in a roundabout way. Let's talk about your band. Let's talk about your failed band. Engine of the Sun or drop something like that, right? 30 subscribers.
Yeah.
Maybe after this video, you might have 31 subscribers. Engine of the Sun, right? So basically, you're the lead guitarist, right? Well, let me break this to you a little bit about something about your band's dynamics. You are a 3-person band, right? Well, you're going to be needing to take up more roles, as somebody needs to be taking up the keyboard role, but then again, you don't really need a keyboard in a rock band in many cases. Your guitar is so loud that the drummer has to literally have clubs for arms and legs in order to be heard and to be on beat. And he's not even on beat most of the time, because your guitar is drowning him out and making him deaf as Beethoven. The bass player
That basically sums up his whole. Yeah, basically sums up his whole life in a nutshell. He's just drowned you out. He drowned you out when you're trying to be in a creative process, to the point where you start letting the other people in the band know, hey, this guy isn't about doing anything of substance. And that's probably why your band never popped off the way that it should have.
I'm
sad.
I'm gonna give you some advice for when you start a band. You want to put for like a 3-person band. You decided to start it up again. Crank your guitar. Your guitar should only reach 11 for power chords. You know, for sustain. In order to sustain a note for a long period of time. Meaning, most of the time, it only needs to be at 4, volume 4. Your bass player
sorry, he tried to
Your bass player should be the only one anywhere near 11. Why? Because the bass is quiet. It doesn't make a lot of noise as a guitar. It doesn't have that clean sound. It has a lower sound. Maybe, because it's like anywhere. The only people that
what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about?
The band. I'm on the topic of his band. The bass player should be anywhere. It's the only person close to 11. And the drummer shouldn't have to have clubs for hands and feet in order to be heard. So your band has failed. Slippery When Wet knows your band has failed. You know your band has failed. Your bandmates Probably don't want nothing to do with you. So what does that tell you? I know some people who got more subscribers than you that tried to go after me early on in my YouTube career. Maybe you should get some advice from them. I think you do a real lot better. The next topic. So you got anything to say about that band, Yam?
About the band, I mean,
Yeah.
it pretty much Engine of the Sun. It's pretty much a play on words because Wally thinks the world revolves around him, the sun. So it's heliocentrism. I learned that word in college, Mega Man, because yeah, unlike you, I actually went to school and got a degree. I don't have two high school diplomas, but you'll leave that part out because you don't want your audience to know anything bad about you. Whereas I'll admit it, I was in a band in college, Mega Man, not a midlife crisis band. I was in a band when I was younger, and it was called, yeah, like how you said that I'm a kid and you're my grandfather. Well, you probably do move. My grandfather would whoop the shit out of you, and my grandmother would also whoop the shit out of you. Hell, you whine more than my sister whines, and she's like has her moments too, but she can never be as bad as you. All you do is whine. And is it the sad part about that is my young dick that you keep mentioning band actually get. I have a video on right now that I have over 800. I have over 800 views, and it's a band that I'm not even in anymore. So you want to start comparing and competing with young guys? I can run circles around you all day, Mega Man. This isn't even a joke to me. And keep mentioning me and how I'm some sort of BLM protester because you totally took the bait for that as well. And the video's still up. I can send it to you if you want. I can post it in the link for everybody to see it. And if they have questions about it, feel free to ask me. I'm not going to block you if you ask me a question because I know you're a normal person and you just want to know the answer. You're not looking to expose me. Kind of like the comment that I put in your video the very first time we met, where you insinuated that I was a part of some Splinter Cell group. I've never even cared about you. You've never even been relevant to me. The only reason why I even addressed you or mentioned anything about you is because you came trolling over after I left some comment, and you made a video about me off of some comment that I made. And you don't even matter enough to where I even want to remotely talk to you or am interested in you at all. And I'm surprised anybody in the manosphere it fucks with you at all. They probably fuck with you because they respect somebody around you, like Hidden or True Sherm or Sifu. But you're a chameleon that's hiding out. I don't even try to talk to the manosphere that regularly, unlike your punk ass who you're just like lurking in everyone's comment section waiting for Dan King to show up so he can make another video, which is a good strategy, by the way. You'll probably stay very sane that way because Dan King isn't just some guy that can just always has the free time to make videos and grab evidence of all your stuff that you post on your channel that you wonder why anyone cares. It's because you care so much. You literally want us to make these videos. You antagonize us in every moment that you can.
And this next topic, how far do you want? It's going to be relationships. How far do you want me to go? How far do you want me to go? Because you're the one holding me back. You're the flood barrier. You are the flood barrier. Because if you let me go on this topic, I will hurt his feelings.
I don't know. I don't really know how much any of this affects him anymore because he gets so much attention at this point that it basically will make it so that he can come after you. He'll try to dox you just like he tried to dox. And it's funny how he's in the manosphere. The manosphere is supposed to be critical of women and female nature, but now the manosphere has turned into going at young people who talk about red pill topic. And it's like he conflates red pill with MGTOW so many times. It's like not even, you can't even process things anymore. You're thinking like, all right, who do you have a problem with? Because he said in his last video, he was like talking about Dan King again, and he was like, oh well, don't trust Dan King. He doesn't like you guys. He calls all you guys pedophiles and alcoholics. I'm like, okay, what guys?
What
And
guys?
he said, well, he's not accusing anybody. He looked up the definition, and he actually did research and figured out that something that I thought was a niche that like nobody has the courage to actually speak up about is that there are some pedophiles and some incels and some purple pillars and blue pillars and stuff in the movement or in the philosophy somewhere, and it's just sad. It's sad to see that a person like him knew it right away, whereas like there's certain people that. Yeah, what? Sorry.
Just call it what a lot of people are acting like it is. You know?
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, but he thinks you guys are all like that. And I was like, no, Mega Man. He's making a point that you claim that you never dox anybody, but you showed your pictures of your daughters, your friends' kids, all of these, and then like yeah, and your friends, you said the person whose identity you're trying to keep a secret, you told us that his name is fake. You've sat and watched people on videos that are making parodies of you, by the way. They're not making any threats to you or threats of acts of violence. They're literally just saying that they're literally just making fun of the fact that you think you're going to defend yourself with these guns, when in reality all you need to do is put on like 2 t-shirts or a barrel or a plastic barrel or something, and it'll bounce right off of you. That's a normal thing to make fun of. That's a sense of humor. Again, like the jokes that you tell, that you bomb all the time, it's a huge fail, just like the relationships, and you get upset when people tell you that you're a failure or your relationships have failed or something. And so that's what keeps all this drama going. I'm not keeping the drama going. I'm responding to you with my fucking name in your mouth, and you're acting like you're a son, kid, boy, and it's just like, all right, dude, I get it. You're jealous that I went to college.
Yeah. Come on, yeah. You sure you're supposed to be holding me back? But it's like, let's get I'm gonna go out where I left off. Your relationship. You've heard me say it once before. You're gonna hear me say it again. You dropped 2 nuts in your ex-girl, and she bolted. She bolted because you're probably bipolar. You probably force choked her. But just like Darth Vader, you probably force choked her. Now Luke and Leia are with their uncle Lars, with their grandpa Lars. You know, with grandpa and grandma Lars. That's the funny thing about it. Instead of crying, if you did everything right, actually, instead of crying, I want my baby mama with the chicken nugget toast back. I want to see my children. You should be writing thank you letters. You should be writing thank you letters to your baby mama. You should be writing thank you letters to your freaking baby mama's dad. You know? In fact, I'll give you an example of both letters you should be writing to your baby mama and her father. Hey, baby mama, I understand that we got off on that you decided to give me 2 wonderful children and decided to bolt and leave me without children. Thank you very much. That means that I don't have two mouths to feed here. That means that I don't have 2 mouths to feed. And I thank you, baby mama's daddy, for not believing in me. Because guess what? I'm in a better position than I ever would have been.
Why are you? I just want to know why is he coming at us for having a problem with True Sherm blowing up at? It's like you're trying to insert yourself into this situation. Like, it may be because of you, it may be your fault that we're arguing, but that still doesn't mean that you're a part of our
I'm gonna break down the common denominator, the common problem with the freaking manosphere. And sadly, I'm going to say it. I'm going to call a spade a spade. If Bagman wants to get on this comment section, he's more than welcome. I'm going to call a spade a spade. The key problem was a reorganization of a lot of YouTube panels. The only reason he couldn't break this one up fully is because guess what? A few of us have caught on to your crap.
And you said Dan King is like you said the Freemasons are like leftist fascists, and I was like, why? Okay, if they were leftist fascists or whatever, or if Dan King was such a leftist, why would he go over to the Freemasons, who are apparently not the same as like all the liberal people? Like, they think differently. Why are they able to sit together and laugh about you if they're supposed to be like opposed and stuff, and like not
Right.
like each other, and it's because you bring people together based on how much they actually dislike you.
On how much damage you cause to a community.
Yeah, you're like a hurricane, or like a natural disaster.
You're not even you're like the worst tornado. You're like a tornado. Let's talk about the 501st Legion. You threw a temper tantrum because of security officers. Come on. I mean, honestly, you threw a temper tantrum because a security officer. I understand that it's painstaking hours of work for a Darth Vader mask, but just like you made that one, you can make another one. Just like how hard is it to make another one if you have the artistic talent, right? But you threw a temper tantrum at a security officer for touching your mask, and you literally, all you had to do was, okay, I understand. I'm gonna show him the inner workings of it. You got a lot more less pushback. Show him the inner workings. Show him how the mask works. Hey, look here. I'm gonna put this up to you. I want to show you how it works. Hey, I'll show you how it works. You hold this, just whenever I pull up the pieces, hold this, make sure you look affected. I'm gonna show you exactly the inner workings of the Vader mask. You would have got less pushback. You would have basically been in a crapshoot. And if it turns out that your chicken nugget toes believed your dad, that you were basically in a situation, you should have put yourself in that situation. And just because you're interacting with your children, Bagger Pop, does not mean that you're interacting with your children. Your children might not want to play with the Darth Vader action figure. Did you ever think about that? So basically, by telling them to play with the action figures, instead of asking them what they want to do, you're really doing more harm than good. So basically, you got a fantasy. You're basically living your childhood through your children, which is really sad. Which is really freaking sad, man. You're living your childhood through your children. Through your children. That is sad. That is like the single mothers, and that they live vicariously through their children.
I want to thank Lonely Underscore for performing a windmill slam dunk on Mega Man in the Shermanation. After I slung it to him in the fourth quarter, at the end of the match with that buzzer beater slam dunk, that was very cool. So I want to thank you Lonely Underscore.
Yeah. You know what? Let's talk about your fucking pipe fit career. So because you have a disease, you can't work in pipe fitting. Did you come to think that maybe you should teach? You should be a teacher? You have years of experience.
No, he'd rather teach True Sherm and me how to be good content creators on YouTube. You know, the guy who goes into every social group and tries to make it about, oh, but I got this thing going on over here, guys, with my 9/11 and this and that. And they're like, yeah, this isn't about a group about that. But he's gonna tell us how to have successful YouTube channels.
Let me
And Magaman, I'd rather get advice from somebody that has, say, a little bit more subscribers than you, or better yet, look at my numbers on and the engagement I've been getting, and I pretty much get the same, if not more, views than you on each of my videos. So I really don't think I need your advice at all.
I would rather take the advice of somebody with less subscribers than me that gives subpar advice than take advice from you with more subscribers. And it's like, you didn't think that maybe you should be a freaking pipe fitting teacher? Person that teaches people how to weld?
Well, it seems like he's trying to teach Truesherm how to clean some pipes or something, because he just keeps making gay passes. That's the entertainment that's coming soon to all of the open panels until August. Until Sherm actually gets a job, so he has to drop this near home. But I don't. This lazy do nothing, like, this fired guy who's just sitting there waiting. Oh, when's Truesherm gonna come on? I gotta get a VLC so I can download all his videos. It's like, okay, dude, we get it. You have saved non-pornographic videos of people and put them in files so that you can make content later. It's like, we get it. There's a fine art to doing content, and you know how to crack it. You sure know, you got the code cracked, man. More people should listen to Thanks, Mega Man. Thanks for helping us. Thank you for helping us. Really. From the bottom of it.
I mean, it's what it is, and it's basically, if I wanted to listen to a freaking homoerotic parody of 50 Shades of Grey, I could talk to one of my cousins about writing a book. In fact, if I want to read the homoerotic version of 50 Shades of Grey, where they put an electric dog collar around somebody's neck, I can talk to one of my cousins. In fact, I don't talk to a lot of very easy, because why? Well, I will admit, I am an asshole.
Yeah, and you've got these older guys talking to people who they think aren't responsible, telling them to take responsibility. It's like, if you have a problem, go to somebody who actually has responsibility, because apparently I don't. Apparently Win and I are two very irresponsible people who didn't do our chores when we were kids, and we're bad influences on the manosphere. That's right. Big Toe in the Wind is a bad influence on the manosphere, and so is that Baron Yam kid. Stay away from that Baron Yam boy.
Yeah, stay away from Big Toe in the Wind. Stay away from Baron Yam. Yeah, right. Yeah. But yet, I'm holding a commercial vehicles license and a medical card, and I have a potential to get paid a lot more than your disability, big fella. I mean, the only reason I think the 9/11 community can't oust you is because you literally was able to get to basically bail somebody out. But enough time at to catch a lung disease, right? Which seems to be a lot to do with hereditary, don't you think? But then again, what do I know? I'm not a virologist and I'm not a doctor. It's not the thing I'm looking for, but I at least do some research. So basically, you were there long enough to do the same thing that a lot of people do.
I'm on the same side as anybody. I'm on the same side as anybody that defends Mega Man in terms of getting him to forget about his trolls. I just happen to be on a side of Mega Man's that he doesn't like, where I like to talk to, the people that are involved in that I like to talk to the people that he talks crap about in order to get both sides of the story. So that's where I'm a bad person in his mind. And then in Truesherm's mind, everybody is talking about Mega Man, where in my mind, I see it as only a few people are willing to call out bullshit on Mega Man. Everybody else just has to suspend disbelief because this is an anime story arc and it's a hentai or something where it's like there's tentacles everywhere, fucking everybody's in the mouth and fucking everybody's skulls and stuff. And no one's actually thinking about, what's appropriate, and everybody's like, yeah, it's a totally legitimate thing to come on in the middle of the night and start talking about gay humor jokes and stuff, and that is not drama. Meanwhile,
Right.
somebody having a measured thought about whether or not somebody is mentally sane and not possibly doxing their kids and their grandkids and their friends' kids and their whatever whoever's information they can get to a manosphere that's full of toxic stuff. You know, not it's not like we can deny that reality.
Let's
Even
talk
though
about
even though we got people out there that make good videos and stuff for the manosphere, you have to if you're planning on leaving the movie theater at any point during your YouTube journey, you have to also reconcile with the world's not the rainbows and stuff that a lot of that some of the manosphere people painted out to be. And at the end of the day, everybody stands on their own as an individual. You can't do the whole partner let's fight crime together without there being consequences of you being lumped up with whoever it is you're with. And
right.
so it doesn't matter like if you're my grandmother or a person that saved my life. If you're messing with somebody that I don't mess with online, I can't mess with you online. That's just how it is, because I'm not trying to co-sign on what that person has to say.
Now
And
let's
if
talk.
yeah,
And now let's talk about your Grimberg experience, your Grimberg sponsorship. If I was a company and you were about to you were threatening you to use my product in the manner that you were about to, that you were saying you were about to do, I drop your sponsorship faster than a hot plate. The two hot red hot, the two freaking hot pancakes fresh out the freaking grill. So you lost. I mean, that's just me. So when you're up there crying in the corner, well, let me break this to you. You have inserted yourself in an area of the freaking YouTube that is not protected by Susan Wojcicki. She does not like MGTOW content creators. She does not like Red Pill content creators. You've inserted yourself in a no-holds-bar area.
I want to thank King Dan 501, Babu Parsik, the Savage MGTOW Cock 2014, Dan King,
Slippery when wet. I like
SE Bike Life,
being in the comment section.
Esteban Tico, Prime Ruler, Corey Steele, Coil Steel. To a lesser extent.
Mm-hmm. Garage Autonomous. I think Garage Autonomous. I don't know anything about your content, but I think you're onto something.
To a lesser extent, Lonely _ Wally World or Wacky World. And basically everybody that's against MAGA Man, I want to give a huge thank you and shout out. Big ups to you. Keep fighting the good fight. And it's exhausting to do these live streams, but if we all take turns beating MAGA Man, then we'll all be able to. It's almost like a communal thing. It's almost like a communist sort of thing where we all take turns beating him with a hammer. Yeah, we take turns.
Oh my God! We take turns. I don't believe this. This is unheard of. This is unfucking heard of. We take turns.
Yeah, wow. Not one person gets to hog the ugly stick. You know, everybody gets a chance. And then I can't wait for the video where he's like, oh, yeah, he threatened to assault me. Now I'll be able to shoot him with my Grimbergs and like I bought this sweet potato from Love's. I'm gonna set it up in my garage or I mean in my living room, and I'm gonna shoot it with my Pepper Ball STX 350s. And Dan King and Slippery When Wet. And you fucking cocksuckers in New York, you Freemasons, you 501st, fucking cocksuckers.
And next thing I want to talk to you about the jokes, man. The jokes. There's a difference between a hilarious laugh of funny and a laugh of sympathy. You're a sad individual, man. You're really a sad individual. I don't understand where you get your jokes from. I mean, they're not even good dad jokes. They're not even dad worth to be good enough to be dad jokes. Because at least occasionally dad jokes are funny. You know? Who you trying to be? You must be Carlos Mencia.
You should just call him. Well, just on a side note, we should call. Dad is just too good of a word. Like dad is like. Dad actually means something. He's just like.
I'm sorry.
He's just a father.
I apologize to all the fathers out there.
Father jokes.
I apologize. I apologize to all the fathers out there.
Donor joke.
Batter layer. Batter spreader.
Rolling pin jokes.
Rolling pin jokes, yeah.
Yeah, those are the kind of jokes that Mega Man has. Rolling pin jokes. Ones where he has to beat you over the head in order for you to laugh, and then you laugh out of sympathy, like, oh, poor guy. That's basically what Mega Man did.
So, your 80 years to my 133 years of experience, of not only learned experience, applied experience. I learned from positive people that have something positive to teach about relationships and marriage, and many of the people that I learned from had a death till do you part marriage. My grandmother and my grandfather, my mother and my father, my grandparents have been together since World War II.
And think about it. I said before, why are you acting like this if you have nothing to hide? I mean, it took us 37 minutes. And I think we've come to like a better understanding along with people who have viewed us. I don't think we're trying to confuse it at all. But it takes you like a few hours just to kind of meander around the issue. And I'm like, I appreciate criminals when they're honest. Like a criminal that lies in an investigation room is just the most boring thing to watch for hours and hours and hours. They're so convinced in not telling the truth that they become like a brick wall, and you just can't get past them. What thing? I don't know what thing. What are you talking about? Psh, it could have been 5 years ago. Who knows? I don't remember. The least entertaining stuff, and then meanwhile you got other people out there who they in an interrogation room they're like, yeah, what do you want to know? Or I'll tell you. But those people are kind of crazy. But I don't even think that like they're not they're kind of more fun to watch, honestly. I kind of like them more.
I mean, let's see. In my synapse, from my experience, my literally self-taught experience, you didn't get help. You didn't get help. You didn't get mental help that you need. You're still bipolar.
And I was trying to be lame about it earlier, but I'm gonna take True Sherm's advice, man. Like I don't know if you saw that I was trying to get Vigoda to be on the panel, and you literally just had him come on with Blue Lion, and you guys did the debate that I was planning on doing. I don't know if you know that was gonna happen, but that did happen. So I will, if I ever have to be forced into a panel with you, I guess I have to mention that, or else I'm not a man. But that was just kind of a subliminal joke at Mega Man, because he just sees an opportunity to basically steal a conversation from my channel, and he's just like, "Ooh, brother, let me tell you something, brother. My face would be great to go along with this religious discussion." It's like, is that? Oh, that's what your channel's about now. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I should just hand off anybody that wants to talk about religious or political stuff. Let's like go straight or racial stuff. Yeah, go to MagMans. I thought I was the race channel, but apparently I've yeah, involuntarily given up that position.
Yeah,
Apparently.
yeah. I mean, it's what it is. But the thing is like, on those notes, you want to say something about the drama sphere, right? About me, Yam, and a few others perpetuating drama. The Academy Award goes to Magapop.
Yeah, this is just like a celebration cast. That's what you should have changed it. Don't be baiting people with don't be baiting people with Let's Play and stuff. Just call this what it is. It is a recognition of achievement to Mega Man for getting a participation in the Manosphere. Congratulations, you participated in the Manosphere. Now you are on to better and brighter things. Trust me. This is not the last chapter in anyone's book, Mega Man. So go ahead and finish up. Take your True Sherm bobblehead. Take your Duzang's bobblehead off the wall. I know you had us as friends for a while. Take take the Yam bobblehead and just shoot those if you have to in your next Grimberg video. I could care less what you do with those. You want to share my videos on your community tab? Go right ahead.
Right ahead. But I'm
The
a
video that
bring
you
it to you. If you do mess with me in the wrong way, there will be charges. So if you want, like I said, if you want to come at me peacefully and talk to Dan King and slippery when wet, by all means, it's good. But finally, latest the rest. If you don't, and you continue to mention me, I will get progressively worse. And like I said, Manosphere, AD, all these people's panels that Mega Man has been on, I'm gonna break it to you simple. He's gonna shack your panel up. Look at what he's trying to do. He was using me and Yam and a few other people to get at Tico.
So to get at Tico. Well, that's your theory. My theory is that he was let's see, what was he doing right before that? I don't know. I don't know if he thinks Tico is like some kind of some sort of masked crusader or something. But when he came after me, he said, if it wasn't for Wind and Hidden, I'd be beefing with you, bro. I was like, I don't even care, but okay. And then we'll run with this. So then he's like, I'll be beefing with you. So then I thought about it, and I was like, oh, now Sherm's on me. Now Sherm's like on me like an attack dog now. So now it's just like, oh, okay. So Mega Man's like, and he said in one of the videos, he's like, I'm gonna leave it up to you, man. That's all you, man. And in the back of his head, he's like, yes, I got my perfect weapon against Yam for saying all that stuff he said about me. You son of a bitch, Yam! How dare you host trolls?
And
I'm gonna get you back. Get him, Sherm. Get him, True Sherm.
You tried to shame me of all people. Me of all people. You tried to shame me of all people. See, when you shame me, it makes me do it more.
Yeah, everybody, dude. Okay, I just want to say this, and then I'll be done because I'm turning into a crazy person. But everybody in the Manosphere has been known this about Wind. If you ever shame Wind on something, what does he do? He does the complete opposite, 10 times as hard. So it's a pure fact. I mean, we talk about entryism. This is a perfect example of it. I'm a perfect example of it. When we do stuff in the Manosphere, I mean, when you do stuff in the Manosphere, it's to basically test when we like open up, is to basically test your resolve and test how much beating you can take. And when a person like comes in and they just are super cagey, or they it should be cagey and be respectful, or if you be focused and be respectful, or focused and be closed off. But to be outright aggressive to other people and closed off, like a few of the people I've been making videos about recently that have been rolling in the blaze, that is just a huge social no-no. And it doesn't matter. And then like, it's not necessarily that's a problem. It's people's reaction to it that's a problem. And people saying, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to do it. Okay, so you don't want to have responsibility of who gets into the group. Okay, so then who's going to pick? Who decides? Okay, so anybody can get in. So what if they're X, Y, and Z? What if they're a person with psychiatric problems? Are you going to let them in then? Where did we draw the line?
I mean, I don't know, apparently. And to be honest with you, about the manosphere,
You can forget about that. You can forget about it.
I mean, to be honest with you, I think I'd be better taking my chance of being married. At least I know at the ballpark figure of when I'm gonna get screwed. Granted, the divorce court. And you know the worst part about it is, I'm more success. I'll probably be more successful in having a freaking marriage than you. Because of what I've learned on what not to do from you and a lot of other people in the manosphere. And you know the funny thing about it? They told me. They taught me on the thing.
Sorry, I thought I made a note to remind us when we were starting to yell, and so we're starting to yell now.
Yeah, but I'm like, that's the sad part about it, man. That's the sad part about it. That's really sad, you know, that I learned what not to do from you and your little 80 years of experience. And it's like, I also learned what to do from people who have been married a long time, man. I mean, you're basically, what it is like, you're suffering from insanity. You're letting that insanity that you're suffering from affect your emotional state and your psychological state. So come on, man. Come on, man.
God, I'm ready to get off. I'm ready to get off here.
It's time to go. This wasn't even supposed to be going on that long. But this is marriage. Right. This is Big Town Wins.
Like, comment, subscribe.
And like, comment, subscribe. Watch your six. Watch your family six. Watch your dog six. And watch your clock six.
Yeah, if you hit the notification bell on Mega Man's channel, you'll basically know when he's live, which will mean you'll pretty much be able to predict when Wind and Yam and Dan King and Slippery When Wet and a bunch more. So subscribing to Mega Man or hitting the notification bell for Mega Man will ensure that you get to see everybody else, the whole cast of his group. And guess what? Every 2 days, a person gets killed off in the Mega Man story arc. So you get fresh new victims every month or every 2 weeks or so. It's a song that never ends, people.
It's a song
that never ends. So much so that it's literally draining my battery power. So.
All right. This is take care, gents. Have fun, and make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and maybe you'll get another dose of Let's Play. Maybe I should have renamed it. I should have named it the Accolades of Mega Man.
And eat apple.
Signing off.